we are making an inverse puff pastry for our millefeuille. We have lots to do, so let's get baking. Inverse puff pastry is said to be lighter than the usual puff pastry, and it's very flaky and it's perfect for millefeuille. So first up, we're going to start with making the dough. The difference between an inverse puff pastry and a regular puff pastry is that the butter is folded on the outside of the dough. So first, let's make our dough. We have water, bread flour and salt, which we're going to mix in a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, and then refrigerate this for 30 minutes. It's very important that we work in a cold kitchen, so in my stand mixer I'm going to put my bread flour, salt and cold water. Using a dough hook attachment, I'm going to mix this into a dough. Once our dough is ready, we can remove it and wrap it in plastic wrap and refrigerate. We can just flatten our dough and refrigerate for 30 minutes. Next, we're going to make our butter block. I have butter, very good quality butter, and bread flour, which I'm going to mix in my stand mixer using a paddle attachment. I'm using the same bowl I used for my dough. Also very important is to make sure that your kitchen is very cool. Whenever working with pastry, we need a cool environment. I'm just putting my butter, flour, and mix that together. Mixing our butter and flour on a medium speed, we'll mix it until we have a smooth paste. So we have a nice smooth paste, our butter and flour nicely incorporated. We're just going to shape our dough into a block. After 45 minutes, we're going to start our folding. We have our butter block, our dough, and then some bread flour for dusting. So first up, let's shape this into a rectangle that's going to fit into the butter dough. Let's roll our butter. Our dough block, and we're going to fold our butter over. Step 1. We're just going to roll out the pastry into a long rectangle. We need to work fast because we don't want to melt our butter. And we just brush off the excess. We're going to make a double turn, so you fold it to the middle, quarter to the middle, there you go. That's a double turn. We've completed one double turn. We'll now chill our pastry for 30 minutes. We're going to repeat the double fold as we did before. Lightly dust the surface, but not too much. So we're going to do another double fold. And my dough is resting in the fridge for 45 minutes. So you can rest your dough between 30 and 45 minutes. We're going to repeat the double fold as we did before. We're now going to do our last fold. This is a single fold. We're now going to do a single fold. So with a single fold, you fold 1, 2. And now dough will rest and we're ready to use it. Remember to always roll the dough 1 centimeter thick. So I've preheated my oven to 200. We're now going to roll out our inverse puff pastry. I'm just going to lightly dust some icing sugar. Icing sugar is what we are going to use to caramelize our puff pastry. So our dough has rested overnight. And we're going to roll it out to a rectangle that is 3 millimeters thick. When our dough is ready, we're going to prepare our trays and get ready to bake. We're going to prepare our baking sheets. I have my air mat on my baking tray. You just need to cut a piece of baking paper just like this. We need to make sure to cover the entire surface area with icing sugar. So dust the icing sugar very generously. I'm going to place my inverse pastry on the baking paper. You're going to dust generously again. This will help to caramelize your pastry. And then you're going to cover it with another layer of baking paper. And I'm going to place an oven tray over this. Now place another baking tray over this one, just so that we have an even rise and we're ready to bake. I'm just going to allow my pastry to cool before cutting it to the desired shape. Our pastry is nice and brown. So we're going to proceed to cut it to the required size. I think we should do it 15 centimeters by 4 centimeters. So let's start just by trimming the edges. You can see all the layers, the pastry. We folded it 7 times, so it was 3 double turns and a single turn. So that gave us over 1,000 layers. We have our inverse pastry sheets cut. So it's perfect for layering, and you can see all the layers.